Hey folks, it's Todd Von Deek from ATSNJ coming to you on the first day of July. Uh, and you can see already, I've got our president, Steve Barandica, with us. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi, Todd. Good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Wonderful. Always a treat. And we do need to note that on today, we're also celebrating your birthday.
We
So
are,
happy
yes.
birthday, Mr. President.
Thank you so much. I
And
appreciate it.
you got an early birthday present from State Street in Trenton, aka the Assembly and Senate yesterday. Want
Yeah.
to tell us about it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, after a long time coming, our Practice Act, is heading over to the governor's desk, which is something that, our society's been working for, for a real long time. Kudos to all the help we've had, from the state leadership as well as, all the partners and individuals we work with. It's obviously something that collective group effort. And we're super excited that it's heading over to the governor's desk, and we're hoping that this last part of the hunch is finally concluding, hopefully pretty soon.
You've got to have a lot of emotions, a lot of excitement. How you feeling the day after a near unanimous vote in both chambers? I think
Yeah.
out of 200 or so folks elected, only two paused and couldn't support it for various reasons.
Yeah, no, I feel great. Again, I think that this is something that current and and leadership from the past have been working towards. In order to make sure that we have a good situation for our members and athletic trainers who are practicing in the state of New Jersey. Again, a lot of important things that needed to be updated. There have been several years, since the last time we updated our Practice Act, and really wanted to make sure that it reflected the changes that have occurred through the years, with the profession of athletic training. We've shifted away from your typical athletic trainers working in just three settings. Now they work in a variety of settings, and we're treating different individuals. We're not really honing in on just the athlete, and that's one of the big changes, the physically active individual, who again, many athletic trainers work with. And we just want to make sure that, it's updated with that, and, changes in our education over to the master's level, and little things like that that I think are very important in order to make sure that our athletic trainers are able to work at their full potential.
Some wonderful things and the result of a lot of conversations with a host of different groups, I have to assume.
Absolutely. We've worked hand in hand with, Kaufman Zeta. We've worked, with state leadership, obviously, our sponsors, which is phenomenal, as well as, with other organizations as well. And again, I think, we have a really good product in the Practice Act that was presented. And, we're hoping that the governor feels the same and signs it into law.
And then speaking of the governor, what's next now that it's en route or already on his desk,
Yeah, so
so to
right now
speak?
we're essentially waiting for him, for him to hopefully sign it into law. There's specific again guidelines that kind of need to be followed, but really it's just waiting for that. And we're hoping to send out some information pretty soon on how everyone can reach out to the governor's office in order to help support the bill. And we'll definitely keep in touch and hope we get the same support from our members and family and friends and anyone who's had the opportunity, and I'm sure pleasure, of working with athletic trainers within our state.
And that's the important piece. Our work isn't done yet. We need to make sure the governor understands what folks in the Assembly and Senate understand, how important and how widespread the support it was for this legislation in the steps just concluded.
Absolutely, and like you said, it's a great day for us in New Jersey. And again, neighboring states have had some updates to their practice acts in recent months as well. So we're happy to join that, and again, we're hoping to continue being the leader, in changes to the athletic training profession, in the country.
Steve Barandica, thanks for the updates. Appreciate, excited that you got to celebrate 2 days of a birthday with all that's going on in the state government plus today.
Yep,
And we will be out with updates again real soon, as fast as we have more information.
I appreciate it. Stay tuned, everyone. Thank you.
All right, take care.